In today's world, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people in this world that try to influence you by telling you you have to do X, Y, Z in order to attain the most perfect life. We've all heard the same cliches that we need to go and meditate, go on monk mode, and stop eating fast food every single day. But in this video, I wanted to create a different perspective of ideas for you. And these are habits that I implement every single day in my own personal life that have ultimately changed my life for the better. I went from poor, unhealthy, and unhappy to being mentally stable, healthier, and happier. So without further ado, here are 6 of my self-improvement tips that have changed my life that will benefit you immediately. Number 1 is what I like to call habit stacking. Habit stacking is essentially a habit that enables you to get more than one thing done at once. If you're a busy person, habit stacking is essential to getting more done throughout your day. Let's say you sit in the sauna every single day after the gym. It's a daily ritual and you do it every single time you're done working out. But let's say that another goal you've been meaning to accomplish that you haven't been getting to is reading. Your goal is to read 30 pages a day, but you tell yourself that you have no time. You're already going to the gym in the morning, you work an 8-hour shift, and you come home and you have to do homework, or you come home and you have to feed yourself or cook or clean or whatever it is you need to do. So by the time it comes down to it, it's already the end of the day and you tell yourself every single day like, hey, I just don't have time to read. But what you could do is start by actually reading inside the sauna. And instead of using that time to scroll through your phone endlessly on TikTok, you can actually take your book in there and read for however long you want to. Not only are you sitting in the sauna and getting your daily ritual done, but you're also nailing your habit of wanting to read extra pages every single day. So as a personal example, I use habit stacking every single day when I go outside to walk my dog. One of the things I tell myself that is mandatory every single day is I need to learn something new. Now let me tell you, I am very, very busy every single day. So it's not always easy for me to go and watch an educational video every single day or read from a book per se. But what I do is when I'm walking my dog, I bring my headphones and I put them on. I get some good exercise for myself. I get some good exercise for my dog, and I am learning something as I am walking. That is 3 beneficial things I'm doing at the same exact time. My dog is a German Shepherd. He needs to get walked every single day. He has super high energy. I need to get exercise in it every single day, and I need to make sure that I'm learning something every single day. So by using habit stacking, ultimately it has helped me accomplish more throughout my day, and this is extremely helpful, especially if you're just a very busy person who has a hard time making extra time for certain activities. The second thing I want to talk about is refreshing your mind like a computer. I've heard from a ton of my followers that the biggest complaint they have is after a long day of work, they still want to chase their dreams and they still want to work on their business. But by the time they come home, they don't really have the mental energy to do so. After an 8-hour shift, you're drained, you're tired, you've dealt with people all day, or maybe you work a laborious job. And sometimes the last thing we want to do and the last thing we have energy for when we come home is to work on ourselves or work on our businesses. Whatever it is, I want to share with you guys a tip that I use that will 100% help you wake up your mind and actually get going. What I do when I'm brain fogged, which is every single day, I hop in the shower and I make it as cold as possible. A lot of you are probably like, hell to the no, I'm not doing that. There's no way in hell you're gonna get me to do that. Trust me, I don't want to do it either. It's very uncomfortable at first. It literally just puts your body into this huge mental shock. Putting yourself through a cold plunge or a cold shower can naturally boost your dopamine levels by up to 530%. Guys, that number is humongous. And if you guys don't know what dopamine is, it is the feel-good chemical in your brain that you maybe get from eating food that's unhealthy or drinking alcohol or all kinds of other bad stuff. Essentially, dopamine is that thing in your brain that tells you, hey, I like this, let's do it more. And if a cold shower can boost it by 530% naturally, guys, I'm being 100% when I say this, I get out of that shower feeling like a brand new man. I could have had the longest, most challenging day, and as long as I take my cold shower, I am ready to attack anything. I am ready to attack every obstacle that comes in my way. And every single time, these cold showers never fail to make me smile and to make me just feel so happy and jittery on the inside. I can't explain it. If you guys have done it, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that have maybe not tried this yet, I highly suggest you do this. In order for you to attain success, you have to be able to set time aside during any part of your day to start taking action towards your goals. No matter what you do, you're gonna come home drained. No matter what you do, you're gonna come home mentally exhausted. It's just the name of the game. We deal with all kinds of different reactions and people and situations every single day. It takes a mental toll on us. And this is literally only one benefit that cold showers actually does for you. It may be difficult at first, but I promise you it will change your life. So the third thing I want to talk about is just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone every single day. If you hate public speaking and maybe let's say you're going to school, there are tons of opportunities that are given to you to where you can make your voice be heard. If you're in a college class, for instance, and you're around 200 something students, raising your hand and asking questions in front of the whole class if that gets your heart racing and it makes you feel real nervous and it makes you feel like you're gonna stutter, you're gonna say something stupid or ask a dumb question, these are all things that you are scared of. These are things that you fear in the back of your mind. And if you want to become a better speaker, the best way you can do that is by using the opportunities life gives you to present your voice in front of an audience as much as possible. It took me many years to get good at public speaking. It's still something that I try to get better today, but the way that I learned to break the ice is ultimately just by speaking in public as much as I can. Sometimes it feels like my heart is just going to jump out of my chest, and I have no idea why. Let's say you're socially awkward. Let's say you're going in an elevator with one other person and the elevator just decides to shut down on you. You can imagine how awkward that situation would be if you're just stuck in there with a random person. Be the person to break the ice. Be the person to start a conversation. When you walk into the coffee shop in the morning, say hi to the first person you see. If that gets you nervous, that's something that you need to personally work on. But I promise you that if this is something that you practice every single day, is just pushing yourself out of your comfort zone for whatever it is, you will transform your life in tops 6 months. I overcame so many fears by implementing this habit every single day. You can too. So this fourth habit has also helped me a lot in the past. We all have those moments where we're trying to think clearly, or we're trying to study, or we're trying to be creative, or whatever it is we need to do that involves some form of thinking. Sometimes when we're stuck inside of a home all day, or we're stuck at work all day, our creativity seems to shut down. And sometimes our way of thinking and our creative ways of thinking seem to shut down. And it can get super annoying when you're trying to think sharply, but you just can't seem to break out of this brain fog that you're in. And the best thing you can do to reset your brain in a situation like this is to just go on walks. Go outside, enjoy nature, enjoy the sun hitting your face, take a walk, take a breather, and really just reorganize your thoughts. Be mindful of every single thought that is going through your mind. I don't know what it is about going on walks, I don't know what it is about going on drives that just really opens up your mind to such better ways of thinking. But every single time I'm trying to think of video ideas, the best way I'm able to think of ideas is by going outside and taking these walks. Try it out. I really feel like you'll see the benefits in this. And let me know in the comments if this has ever helped you before. This next habit will drastically improve your mental health. Some of us are a bit harder on ourselves than others. Maybe we simply perform a little worse than we expected, or maybe we're just having a bad day. The average person thinks 40,000 thoughts a day. And if we're having a bad day or things just aren't going our way that day, many of the thoughts that we think that day can really harm our identity, self-confidence, and just us as people. And if we're telling ourselves negative things, it can affect our mental health as well. Me personally, I've fallen in this trap several times. I am very hard on myself at times, and maybe it's something that you're struggling with yourself. I came to a point where I realized that I was telling myself so many negative things and I was beating myself up every single day, that instead of it motivating me, it was actually destroying my mental health and my self-image about me. But what I learned to do is practice more self-love. And the way I do that is for every single negative thought you tell yourself, replace it with a positive one. You are essentially what you believe you are, and you are also what you tell yourself you are. And if you tell yourself 100 times out of the day that you're a piece of crap and that you're never going to be good at whatever it is that you suck at, and you're never going to be good to have a relationship one day, or you're never going to be confident enough to talk to a girl or a guy or whatever it is, eventually what's going to happen is your identity is going to be based around all these thoughts that you tell yourself. So if you ever ask yourself, why do I have no self-confidence? Maybe you should start thinking of what you're telling yourself every single day. Your thoughts mold you. I cannot emphasize this enough. People think I'm joking when I say this. People think I'm full of crap, but in all honesty, you are what you think you are. You have to be mindful of your thoughts. None of us are perfect. We're all human. We're gonna screw things up from time to time. It's just life. So make sure you're practicing self-love and not beating yourself up every single day by telling yourself all these negative things. Number 6 is watching what you consume. If you watch TV every single day and you're watching the news, let's say, the news can be filled with tons and tons of negative energy. Fear is one of them, because, you know, if they're talking about the stock market and how you're gonna lose all your money because the stock market's down right now, you're gonna feel extremely nervous. Another thing is politics, right? Politics are huge on the news, and whatever political views you have, the news is going to mention whatever the opposing side of that is, and that could potentially cause anger. And now you're pissed because you just heard the opposing side of the political views and blah blah blah, and it's just, you just see how this could like cloud your mind with all kinds of crap. First of all, every single media that we watch or that's provided to us, it's all controlled by somebody up above. all right? And they tell you what they want you to hear. And in all honesty, I never watch the news because not only do I feel like it's a distraction, I honestly feel like it has affected my mood in the past. Be careful what you consume. It makes a difference not only in your health, mentally, physically, but spiritually as well. These are habits that I practice every single day that ultimately have changed my life for the better. And I noticed there was plenty of other self-improvement videos out there that talk about all kinds of other different stuff, but I feel like it's just kind of stuff that you already hear about all the time. And so I wanted to provide this video to help you maybe think of something different that you've never heard of before. You watch this video to improve yourself. So don't just consume this video, but actually take what we talked about and implement it into your life. My name is Dylan Saldivar, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.